Hi everyone, I'm Gurvinder Singh and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you clicked on this video, I'm pretty sure I know one thing about you. You want to speak English fluently and confidently, but somehow you feel stuck. Maybe you started learning English, you learned some vocabulary, watched some videos, studied some grammar, and improved a little. And then suddenly you feel blank again. You understand English when someone speaks to you, but when it's your turn to speak, you don't know what to say. You start thinking, is my grammar correct? Am I using the right word? What if I make a mistake? And before you know it, you are silent again. If this sounds like you, I want you to know one thing. You are not bad at English. You probably just haven't been using the right method consistently. So in today's video, I'm going to give you a simple roadmap that you can follow to improve your English speaking step by step. You can treat it as a 30-day, 60-day or 90-day challenge. The timeline is completely up to you. I'm not going to tell you that you must study exactly 20 minutes or exactly 1 hour every day because I know everyone has a different schedule. Some of you are students, some of you have jobs, some of you have families and other responsibilities. So instead of giving you a strict timetable, I'm going to give you something more useful, a structure, a clear structure that you can fit into your own life. This is the same basic blueprint I would recommend to anyone who wants to go from struggling with English to speaking more naturally and confidently. So let's get started, guys. Step number one, stop making grammar the first thing you focus on. But grammar shouldn't become a barrier between you and speaking. A lot of learners spend months studying like this: was or were, is or are, will or shall, have or has. They know the rules. They can answer grammar questions. But when someone asks them a simple question in English, they suddenly go blank. Why? Because knowing a grammar rule and being able to use English automatically are two different skills. Think about your native language. When you speak your first language, do you stop and think about every grammar rule? Usually, no. You think about the meaning and the words come naturally. This is what we want to develop in English. So don't completely ignore grammar. Instead, learn grammar through real sentences and real situations. For example, instead of memorizing, I have been working, use it in a real sentence. I have been working all morning. Learn the pattern, understand the meaning, then use it yourself. Grammar should support your speaking, not stop you from speaking. Step number two, understand the four skills. Every language depends on four important skills: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. And these skills support each other. Think about a small child learning their first language. Does the child start by opening a grammar book? Of course not. The child listens first. They hear their parents. They hear people around them. They hear the same words again and again. Then they start understanding meanings. Then they begin using words, then sentences, and eventually conversations. You can use the same basic principle when learning English. You need to give your brain enough English to listen, to read, understand, and eventually produce. And if English isn't spoken around you, that's completely okay. You can create your own English environment. And that brings us to the next step, step 3, which is making listening a daily habit. Listening is where a lot of your English development begins. And here's something simple you can do. Take the things you already enjoy doing and change the language to English. For example, do you watch the news? If yes, then try to watch English news. Do you watch movies or series? I'm pretty sure yes, you do. So watch them in English. Do you enjoy interviews? Watch English interviews. And I'm pretty sure most of you guys listen to music almost daily. So start adding English songs to your playlist. Do you watch videos on YouTube? Then start watching some of them in English. But there is one important point. Don't try to understand every single word. If you stop every 5 seconds to translate something, listening becomes exhausting. Instead, focus on the general meaning. Listen to how people pronounce words. Notice common expressions. Pay attention to how sentences are connected. For example, you might hear, "What are you going to do?" Listen this again and again. Eventually, your brain starts recognizing the sound and the pattern without translating every word. That's what we are trying to build. You are training your brain to become comfortable with English. So don't think I need to understand 100%. Think I need to hear English regularly. Moving ahead to the fourth step, which is start reading, but keep it simple. If your school or university books are already in English, that's great. But if you are not studying in English, create a small reading habit yourself. And please don't start with a huge difficult book just because you think it will make you fluent faster. Trust me, it won't. Start with something you can actually understand. Children books are great, short stories are great, simple articles are great, English learning websites are great. Even 10 or 15 minutes a day can be useful if you do it consistently. And here's another important tip. Don't look up every unknown word. If you understand the sentence without that word, keep reading. Sometimes you can understand a new word from the context. Let's take an example. I was exhausted, so I went to bed early. Even if you don't know the word exhausted, you can probably understand from the sentence that it means something like very tired. That's how vocabulary becomes connected to real meaning. You don't just memorize a word, you understand how people actually use it. Moving forward to the step number 5, start speaking from day one. This is the most important part, guys. Speaking. This is where many learners make a huge mistake. They say, I will start speaking when my vocabulary improves. I will start speaking when my grammar gets better. I will start speaking when I feel confident. No, this is not the right way. You don't become confident and then start speaking. You start speaking and confidence comes from speaking. So start from day one. And you don't need a speaking partner. When you wake up in the morning, start describing what you're doing. For example, I just woke up. I'm getting out of bed. I'm going to brush my teeth. I need to get ready for work. I am making breakfast. These sentences may sound extremely simple. That's completely okay. You are not trying to impress anyone. You are training your brain to produce English. When you are outside, describe what you see. For example, there are a lot of people on the road. The traffic is heavy today. I'm waiting for the bus. It's really hot today. When you are at work or school, you can say, I have a meeting today. I need to finish this task. I have a lot of work to do. Use the English you already know. Simple English is still English. And don't wait for the perfect English. Your first goal is not perfection. Your first goal is to become comfortable speaking. Step 6. Move from sentences to monologues. Once speaking simple sentences become easier, take the next step. Start speaking in short paragraphs. Pick one topic and talk about it for 1 or 2 minutes. Let's take an example. I woke up at 7 today. I had breakfast, took a shower, and got ready for work. The weather was nice, so I decided to walk for a few minutes before going to the office. It doesn't have to be perfect. You might make mistakes, you might forget words, you might repeat yourself, and that's completely normal. Another powerful exercise is to describe what you see. For example, you look around yourself and speak. This room is quite small. There's a table near the window. I can see some books on the table. Someone is walking outside. This is called a monologue, and it is one of the easiest ways to practice speaking when you don't have a partner. You are basically turning your everyday life into an English lesson. Step number 7. Use a mirror, your phone, or an AI partner. Now let's assume you don't have anyone to practice English with. Don't use that as an excuse. You have options. Stand in front of a mirror and speak. Open your phone camera and record yourself. Pretend you are teaching someone. Explain what you learned today. For example, today I learned about the present perfect. We use it to talk about experiences and actions connected to the present. Then watch your recording. Don't watch it just to criticize yourself. Watch it to notice things. Did you pause too much? Did you speak too fast? Did you repeat the same word? Were some sentences difficult to form? This kind of practice helps you become more aware of your English. And if you have even one person who is willing to practice English with you, use that opportunity. You don't need a perfect speaking partner. You just need someone who is willing to communicate and remember. Mistakes are not proof that you are failing. Mistakes are proof that you are practicing. Step number 8. Turn English into a habit. And this is the part that brings everything together. Whatever you hear, read, or speak, Try to bring it into your daily life. Learn a new expression, use it in your daily life. You hear an interesting sentence, repeat it. Read a useful phrase, create your own sentence with it. For example, suppose you learn the expression, I'm looking forward to it. Don't just write it in a notebook and forget about it. Use it. For example, I'm looking forward to the weekend. I'm looking forward to my vacation. I'm looking forward to meeting my friends. This is how vocabulary becomes active vocabulary. And there's one important thing. Stop translating everything in your head. Of course, translation can be useful when you are a beginner, but slowly you want to connect English words directly with meaning. Instead of hearing the word apple and thinking, what apple means in my native language, you want your brain to simply understand what is apple. The goal is to make English feel more direct and natural, and this takes time. So don't expect to wake up one morning and suddenly become fluent. Fluency is built through thousands of small moments of listening, reading, speaking, making mistakes, correcting yourself, and trying again. And remember, you don't necessarily need more time. You need to make better use of the time you already have. So, if you are serious about becoming a confident English speaker, make yourself a promise. Don't just learn English, live with English. So, that's it in today's video. And thank you for watching the video. I'm Gurvinder Singh, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, keep practicing, keep speaking, and most importantly, don't be afraid of making mistakes. That's how you become fluent.